How is everybody doing, my friends? Hope you've all been having a good day. Sorry for running a little bit behind. I was engaged with elsewhere, and drove home and immediately booted up stream. So, blueprints, eh? How is everybody feeling? Let's get some blueprints going, shall we? Let's get some blueprints notes going. We need our notepad. There's something gonna be real fascinating about the fact that, like, once we're done with this game, we'll be putting away this notepad forever. I'm not even sure what that's gonna feel like. It's just gonna be very different. Good, bad, boon, ill, difficult to say. Mayhap, currently. We are up to 45 allowance. Wow. That's a lot of money. We're actually getting to the point where if we find the bookstore, buying books at full price is entirely reasonable. Do I want the tomb or the shrine? Opinions Mori. I could take the shrine. I think I still have a boon running from a couple runs ago. So I think probably the tomb. I'm really medium on the trading post at this point. So I don't think I'm taking the trading post. I think we take the tomb. No need to go in there yet. If we need extra money, we can go in there later. And of course, it does make some travel things somewhat easier. I think I've gotten most of the, except for, of course, the classroom one. I think I've gotten most of the stuff out of all of the various outdoor rooms. We'll take the spare room. Let's redraw. I'm looking for the conservatory. No conservatory. We will take a library. Taking a library now means we have a chance to get it an additional time later. if we get the Nook, which is good. Okay. Can't take freezer off of this, which means we kind of have to take music room. Don't love it, because it means we have no gems, but it does mean we have multiple keys, which is nice. But actually, let's take a moment before we move further. Because we have some hints that we should probably review. Namely, I want to take a look at the door hints we have. Ooh. Thank you for the 3-month sub. We're puzzling just fine. I'm just getting ready to take a minute here. And we're going to look at the door hints we have. And we're gonna take a good look at them and see what we can cut out. Like what we're sure we've dealt with already in terms of these hints. Edit. Okay, first key found here on the furthest rank. We did get the clock key last time. We did that at the end of last time we were doing this game, which I think was Sunday night. We have not got the bank key, the vault key. We do have the clock key. I don't have the reservoir key. I don't have the throne room key. The 6th in a station, I don't have that one. I got the clock key done, yeah. We've actually opened 4 doors down there. One of the things we need to be looking out for is we need to be looking out for Araya and Fen Ares clues as to what their sigils are. Because we opened up both of their sigils. Yes, we got the Mechanarium key. That must be the last door of 8 one, yes? Because that is, the Mechanarium theoretically has 8 doors and you have to open all quote-unquote 8, though I managed to do it with 6 because there were 2 doors blocked off, 2 passages blocked off. So that's the last door of 8 done. I'm not sure which of these other 5 I've done. I know I haven't done the vault, the docks, the throne. I'm not sure what the station is. Oh, which one's the 7th? This is the seventh one, the music room key. Okay, I think that's the most reasonable one to think that we've done. Yeah. Okay. Um. Sanctum, keys, left, vault, through own room, reservoir, and station. I don't know what station means yet. No, I'm not desperate yet. Um if there's a very clear and obvious like, oh, you should be here, like you should know this already, that's fine, but as established. One other image I want to show y'all as we start up tonight is a second um, clue I figured out. That's probably true. And if I am looking at it and it's like, oh, you should know this to see this, that's as usual fine. Um, yeah. This is the clue we found at the top of the clock tower. I still don't know what all of it means. Well, like, we have a reference to the rogue moon here. Like, rogue like the moon of the north. Yeah, that's fair. Like, rogue like the moon of the north, I don't get all these hints, all these individual hints. I did figure out, though, uh, like, rogue moon is clearly a thing. We have west and east, um, and south. Like, these are obviously directional, and I don't know what like the swan seems like something relevant. I don't have any idea about. Sands is another thing. But one thing I did figure out is that these first letters form an acrostic. This is sacred. I don't know what that means. That sacred, but something, but like it lends that religious bent that I think we were somewhat missing in this game. Like, we had nothing to take us to the religious stuff that, like, the religious, like, Lovecraftian stuff that I had kind of been, that it had kind of been suggested to me was present in this game. This is our first, this is what I would say is our first real evidence of that, in my opinion. But I just wanted to call those things out as we move into our next game. Also, that as I you probably just saw me make a note of in the notes, we need to find the Araya and Fen Ares sigils, and we have some Sanctum keys. We've now pinned down some places that are probably Sanctum keys. I can from oh sorry, not Fen Ares, uh uh Arch Ares, I think. It's one of the two Aries that I need. That occurs to me that's out of date. Sorry. Just noting things as I look through my notes here. Interesting. Okay. Oh, we do in fact still have a day on Shrine. Okay. Moving right along. I can't do classroom. Storeroom will put us back up on gems at least. What should we check out? I feel like we don't have a whole lot to check out. A new clue, why not? History of Orindia, maybe? Sure. Okay, drawing room. That's going to be neutral because we do have the gem in here now. But the way this room lays out, I think I do want to go this way first. HOO? I don't think I'm familiar with that abbreviation. Oh, sure. Decent chances at least one gem here. No, you're fine. You know, Draxus being about is totally fine for us. We have access to what would be needed to proceed from it. I could get a hammer. I think we get a hammer. Because already in the library we have a box that needs to be broken into. All of these are going to be locked, so we'll leave them for now. We have plenty of other things to do. Yeah. That's in fact noted in one of the drafting guides. Oh, hey, keys. That's good. Like, that's one of the draft notes, is that, oh, yeah, if you have this, oh, this is a good opportunity to Chamber of Mirrors. I'm not spending an extra key just to save a couple steps here. I see that technically I'm a little low on steps, but we'll be fine. Boiler room, that connects. Okay. Turn on the power. We're going to turn it this way, because that's the only potentially powered zone. Does it have to do with the power station? Oh, is it the, is it the weird power station puzzle where you have to power up all the, not places, whatchamacallit, the, boxes? The, like, yellow boxes in there? I think that's not surprising, and not as super helpful as a hint, if I'm being honest. Sure, let's take this powered room. I knew as soon as I said that, it was gonna be the furnace. As soon as I said that, I knew it was gonna be the furnace. Middle room. We trust middle room this. Almost always. Ooh. Utility box is good. It'll at least mean that I can turn on the dark room. There's nothing left to do with it now. Okay. Anything of value in here? Ooh, lockpicks. That's real useful with a Great Hall. No gems or anything, though. We'll gamble. We're a little low on steps right now. Oh. I'm sorry? What? What? Ah. Ooh, would I like to add an additional gymnasium? This is a genuine question. Yeah, I think yes, on the basis that it is 3 entrances and a powered room. And I can always adjust the rarity of it later. What's in here? A key! And in here? I'll absolutely take another billiard room. Okay, and I need to activate another one of the buttons to get over there. Aha, there we go. A pile of coin. Good, good. And I think that's everything we really need out of here. Useful. I wonder if it'll keep providing us room options if we keep ending up in the mirror chamber. I hope this doesn't now archive 2 of my room options. Thank goodness it doesn't. Oh, that's brutal. That's probably run end right there. Yup. I could've. Odds weren't good that it would actually help, though. I count that as a win, though. The amount of chambers of mirrors we got was good. And even though we did lose our power hammer, I don't think we were at a place where the power hammer. I don't think we're at a place where the power hammer is even actually super necessary anymore. There's still 1 or 2 places I'd like to use it, but it's not like that big a deal. Feels really weird to be saying that, but it's true. Schoolhouse. Times for a classroom run. Alright, things to note for the class. Keep in mind for a classroom run. Gems are king. So any room we can draft that will put us up on gems is a must. That's especially going to be our storerooms, our uh, oh, words. Things like our storerooms, our if we can find like the courtyard. Courtyard is a great one. I was willing to gamble on this closet because I figured that at least one of the 4 items provided would be a gem, meaning we'd be at minimum net neutral. And if you think about it, it has now put us net positive because it unlocked us that that chest which had a second. whatchamacallit, second gem. Okay, we have to get 3rd rank to 5 rank all the way across. That's fine. Uh, I know. There's not a whole lot in this for us right now. Because we don't have the uncensored version. Ooh, treasure trove. That's worth missing a classroom for. The only thing is I need a key, and that's fine. We can find a key. Grade 1. Take our apple. There's unfortunately nothing else going to be in here. Don't really want to go right to that classroom. Classroom up is fine. And then we're going to leave this block be, and we're going to head down and across to make sure that we're not missing out on a bunch of valuable resources. Dining room is great here just because it's a 3-way exit. Gives us more options going up. Conservatory is invaluable. I'm never going to pass it up no matter what kind of run I'm on. Even if it means I don't have the gems to do what I might otherwise. Okay, let's make the vault only unusual. Let's make the planetarium... I kind of don't want to see the planetarium. The 3-gem drafting cost is high. And that 3-gem drafting cost is not going to be manageable, reasonable a good portion of the time. I'm comfortable with the showroom being rare. But I will relent. I'll make it standard. Yeah, we just have to find, like, safe deposit keys every time. Storeroom pog. Reset our gem numbers. Reading Nook has a key. I can get it as a room now and save using it for later, and hopefully that will mean that I get the keys that the gems that I'm hoping to get from it for waiting. And in the meantime, I can take a key over here. Okay. Notes, notes, notes. White air. 2 realms have the same color banner. And this is green. So we do have a statement back here suggesting green memos and white boxes are always lies. So we know this is false until proven otherwise. Eight? Getting a rank 8 trove would be nice. But it does seem to be providing valuable information regardless, so I'm not too fussed. Sure. My point is more that it's rare enough, I'm not going to turn it down if I see it earlier. Rough. Okay. Back down and through the chapel. See what we can find over here. It'll buy us steps at least, and could get us allowance. And it has a gem. Lucky day for us. Buying us steps means we can go around and get gems out of the playroom. Or funeral parlor. Okay. Parlor game. The gems are in the blue box. Every statement with the word black is false. The gems are in the black box. That was the plan. Oh, wait, I can proceed through this door and still try and do that. Yeah. I forgot that I could pass through and not solve the puzzle yet. Like, I was fully planning to save it to have to use, like, when I got more gems, when I got more red rooms. And then I was just like, well, I guess I can't pass through it until I've solved the puzzle. Entirely forgetting that that's just factually, that's just genuinely false. This would be great if it could make it turn. We can get lucky, though, is the reason I'm redrawing here. We have 7 basically free redraws. We can afford to tunnel. Okay, I'm gonna save tunnel for when I can get class, when we can get it and there's free space ahead of it. Oh, is that what the emoji's about? Kennel is quite good, but I don't have a special reason to want it right now. Fair. Darn. Okay. We're gonna have to go back, and I think we are going to have to go... Probably get the gems now. We're at 5 classrooms. We still got plenty of space to work with. Save the funeral parlor for a minute or two more. Courtyard! I would love to take Courtyard. I can't because I don't have any gems. I can't be on another storeroom. That's bad. Right? Well, it would give me a key to unlock the foundation door. And then I could come around. And if I do that via classroom, then I guarantee... Oh, hold on. Yeah. 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, that is very rough on steps. Redraw again. Hallway. That's a good choice. We like the hallway. Where's my key? There it is. Second funeral parlor. We'll take a second funeral parlor. That's guaranteed to be 3. Okay. The gems are in this box. The blue box is true. The gems are not in this box. So if these two are true, that tells us nothing about where they are except... Oh no, that means they're in the white box. If this one is true, then this one's also true, which would mean that one is true, which means that this one can't be true. So that this one can't be true, so they're not in that box. Which this one is true, so they're not in this box. This one is where they are. We're back in Gemnus. Yeah. We'll gamble on it. It's a little bit of a gamble, but we're trying to get our gems up to make sure we have the gems. To make it this last stretch. Dinner is served. Oh, do I have enough steps to make it back down there? Maybe not, but... No! Down through the other hallway. We're going to do the hallway first before we do the den. Okay. We're 1 away. Last classroom. This is grade 8. Um, no, I know, and we also have, like, we can draft so many more classrooms. We have the Chamber of Mirrors in play, my dude. Well, yes, I'm going to draft as many as it will let me. I guess we're learning Orion. Gate. Lore. Wait, lore. Lore. That's a very relevant word. I don't remember where it's a relevant word to, but it's a relevant word. Um, it's the Loria thing. Hold on, it's the. Oh, it's this note. That's what it is. The sign off is Loria Eldiris. I'm guessing Dearest is speak to you? Because Loria is last words. Didn't use verbs. So it's not speak. Well, I've snipped everything. If you're in the Discord, you can see that I've already posted them. But yeah, this is very clearly the note in Lady Epson's tomb is very clearly written in Arayan. Erajan? I don't know what the thing would be. Yeah, I created a thread for it. That's why it says forget Uldane Inn. Because that is forget is a loan word. Uleldao, Uleldnai, Uleldmora. I'm guessing that is you. Effectively, you are my. Oh yeah, you are my day. You are my night. You are my Mora, whatever that means. What a fascinating system. Hold on, we're gonna post this here. You. Hold on, we can actually go into the uh, da, 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 blueprints translate. And incredibly, sorry, I'm entirely distracted from the actual current gameplay to what we're doing now. To these writing the writing exercises. But I have been thoroughly distracted, so it might be a minute. Okay, that explains why our attempts at transliteration it is an entirely different language. Because this is you are my day. You are my night. You are my something. Um, here, let's make this continue. Make this easy to follow for you guys as well as we dive far too far into this. Because this may turn into what we're doing for the rest of the stream if we're not careful. Okay, we're gonna start with these prefixes and suffixes because they're gonna be easier. Because we're more likely to have the relevant ones. Sure, we do technically have all the things saved in notes. You're right. That's a reasonable call. Oof. That's a rough hand. I don't have the mech rooms for Mechanarium to make any sense. Oh, sorry. I could just take a classroom, but I would like to actually be able to continue forward in the game after I take the classroom. So we're gonna... Reading Nook, I think. Come on now. Oh! Okay, we have another shot at a bookshop if we... At a, Oh, no. This is an impossible choice. But book... But book! Uh... Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Ah! You're right. You're right. Wait. No, taking the gallery doesn't actually solve the problem. The point is to take the class. Uh-oh. Graduation. Oh no. Thank goodness this is open note. I have 30 minutes? Okay. Okay, Sam left his house at 6 a.m. and drove 3 hours north and past 8 flags. He then turned northwest at Tanner Fork and drove another 3 hours and passed 4 additional flags of the same color before arriving at Trinsdale at noon. What color were the flags? Okay. So at that point, he would have been in Arch Aries, and Arch Aries has, I believe, orange flags? No, it can't be orange. Where did I put the... I didn't actually save the color parts of the puzzle. Yeah. But, steps is kind of the problem. So obviously the most northerly is gonna be... Wait, hold on. Drove 3 hours north and passed 8 flags? Why would it be 8 flags? Okay, so he has to start in... we have to be in the Etsphere. Trinsdale? Where's Trinsdale? Am I supposed to have a, like, more local map for this side of the world? I mean, sure, but like, I'm very confused. Sure, let's move on for the moment. Hallways are orange. This is gonna be telling. In my regular blueprints notes, oh, I should probably swap the notes back to the regular blueprints notes as well. In my regular blueprints notes, we have notes down here that Arch Ares is yellow, purple is Araya. So a shop in Arch Ares would be good. Wait, what it? Arch Ares. Yeah, Fen Ares is red. I think. Yeah, Arch Ares. No, Fen Ares is red. Arch Ares is yellow. So a greenhouse in Korarika has to be the weird one. Yellow. Why did I... Can I not change my answer? Can I not change my answer? Help! Ugh. That's incredibly aggravating, actually. That's real dumb. Okay, so 5 minus 5 times 2. This should just be 0, right? Yeah, order of operations is left to right, so it should be 0. What happens if I fail this? How low a grade can I get and still pass? We're gonna say 0. I think that's correct. Stop me if I'm wrong. Okay, 5 times 2, 10, 12, 24. 5 minus 2 is 3, times 5, 15, plus 1 is 16, minus 5 is 11. Ten, 48, 4. 1, negative 3, 6, 13. 3, minus 1, negative 1, 8, 4, 9? No, that can't be right. 3 minus 4 is minus 1. Minus 1 times 8 is negative 8. Oh, I messed up this one too. It should be 1. Rough. How come none of you stopped me? Negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4, plus 5 is 1. Carbon. Below helium? Let me just straight up look up a periodic table. I'm not messing this up. Neon is directly below helium. Yeah. My brain was trying to conflate it with hydrogen. Of these four, I know why. Like, why was the only one that I could have said before I walked in here for certain is real? Okay, MT is real. It's a radioactive element. Holmium is on here as number 67. Whoa. Meaning that LL is the one that's not on the table. Ag is silver. Which could not be used in the spelling of the word clues. Let me double check that chlorine. Chlorine is Cl. So it's gotta be radon. 2. The city of Fen is south of which small body of water? Okay, there's guaranteed a world map that I'm just missing in here. Like a more local map that I'm just missing that I'm supposed to have. If somebody has that, could you share it with me? Which is not near Fen Ares. This is something I can answer. I have the world map at least. Orinda Ares is Fen Ares. Kinda. It's gotta be Koraraka. It's the only one not in the same sphere. C for what, Mori? There's 3 questions here. Come on now. Arch Ares is the mountain. No, that doesn't give me, like, cities. Like, I'm clearly supposed to have, like, a map that has, like, Fen in Reddington and such on it. At least I would think. How many cities in Fen Ares? Oh, okay. Okay, for those, I'll just take answers then. 19 is A. Does that mean that I don't actually have available the answers for these first two questions either? Maury? While you find those, then I'm going to keep moving. C and A? I thought that might be the case. Okay. Directly north of Araya, that's going to be Fen Ares. We are in Mount Holly, Reddington, Fen Ares. Well, okay, hold on now. Hold on now. This feels like a trick question. Okay, we're sure it's not Oris or into Ares? Because we are technically, like, it's the same place. It's just different names. What? Surely this is just C, right? To depict the letter B? Birds and bookstore. Right? No, wings and honey for like the bee, the animal. Of course. Pry? I guess pry bar, sure. There's a flan, certainly. And I knew there was a bride. I thought you meant like wings, like the wall pictures, as in like the gallery pictures, Maury. Oh well. Jungle is not depicted. There's all kinds of different pictures on the wall. I didn't know you were specifically referring to the kind of wall pictures that are the short a letter words. What? Face and Ace certainly are. Okay. Do you expect me to read? Is it Trinsdale or realized it's not in the entrance hall? Thank you. Um. feeling real dumb here. Which one of these ladies is this? Hold on, this should be in my regular notes. Unless I got rid of those notes. No, I know it's supposed to be about the angel's name. I just don't think I ever wrote down what her name was. Is it Rena? Is this one Rena? Okay. So it's an I. Oh. Oh. Hate this. Hate this. I certainly didn't take pictures of. Hold on. History worksheet. We can use this. Desolate's 4. "22 years. No, that's what we figured out. That's what we determined. We went through all the history worksheets and we determined that that was one of the correct ones. Did y'all really let me do a whole solve and go and not correct me until I've finished writing it down on the final test? Because we walked through that. We sat there and walked through that. And it's like, oh yes, it's Desolate's 4. If I fail this test... was it the 3rd era the railways were destroyed? 6th era, okay. Hate these stupid history questions. I guess it... Sure, Grand City of Fen. What? Korarika? We can go with Korarika. How much worse could my score get? Right? D? Okay, great. Angel Tower? Colossus, sure. 3 squared is 6 squared, sorry, is going to be 36. 3 squared minus 3 is going to be 6. 21. $11 divided by 3 rounded to the ones, so you round up to 4? Yeah. Four squared, so 16 plus 5, so 21. Times 2, so 42. Minus 1, 14? 5 divided by 2, so 2.5 times 2.5 times 3 is going to be 7, round up to 10, minus 1, so 9 times 6, which is going to be 54, plus 100, round to the nearest 100. I guess we're rounding to 200. This one I actually can do. Certainly, definitely. Surely this word is here. Hue. Neviite? That would be the new gate, right? Yeah. The phrase Travenlay can be translated in several different ways. Which of the following is not an acceptable interpretation of this phrase? Travenlay. Okay. So that is tree old / the end of a lack of myself. So a valid. So this is the B is the one that's not a valid interpretation because it's explicitly not me. You have a very, very long name. Name. Lorlu. No, it'd be Urajaram. Because that's the only one that does U. It's Urajaram because U is the only U prefix. Oh yes, and your is in there, which is also probably a mess with the word lore, or the lore, which is word. Yeah, sure. Ul. I don't know that I have the word for name. How would you tell an Arajan count me out? Oh, okay. This one's awkward because that's absolutely verbs. Awkwardly? Oh no, you can just say you can just say not me. Not me. In or et is. Using the provided Iranian terms for cardinal directions above, what would be the clearest way you can give directions to someone to point at point A to get them to point B? Yes, I'm aware. In is north. Interesting. Hold on, we're just going to take a screenshot of this compass specifically. In is north. Inet? Do I have a walk? No. Trey. I think it's just... Yeah. So what, I think this is C, because it's asking for clearest. And this one is reading first north and east to the tree, then first north and east to the tree, and then south away from tree. I have 1 minute. Oh my dear. Okay. So this is 64 times 64. This is 10 squared. Yeah, this is 64 squared. This is 10 squared. This is 60 flat. And then this is 46. It's got to be 46, right? Am I wrong? Somebody tell me fast. 46 important. Okay. What now? Okay. I need to go try and solve that other funeral parlor. I've concluded that's the only thing that left that matters on this map. Appreciated. I will do that as soon as I get to the other parlor room. Which I'm reasonably certain I've solved, by the way. Oh, I forgot this was here. Okay. The gems are in the black box. Every statement with the word black is false, and the gems are in the blue box. This cannot be true. Every statement with the word black is not false. Because it's a paradox statement. It would be, if it were true, it would have to be false by its own definition, therefore it has to be false. Therefore, some statements with the word black are true. Therefore, this is correct, which means it's over here. And that's how you solve a puzzle, ladies and gents. Not whatever memory hole games remember everything that the game has ever told you that final exam was. Oh my dear. What an absurd. What a headache of a game. And now we end this one here in the library. Call it a day. Okay, okay, okay. Do we want to get our test results back, or do we want to continue to try and translate? Honestly, a next run can wait. I want to translate stuff. Okay. No, certainly not. I'll be surprised if I pass. I will genuinely be surprised if I pass. Okay, so this first word is also a little beyond us. We can break it down or L'd. Um, oh, okay. We could. If Da here is day. No, I don't think it is. Like it could be, but I don't have the context to say for with any degree of confidence that it is. Could so genuine question, and it bugs me that this didn't occur to me. Um, did anybody do any of the study guides in the did any of the tests that the kids were taking in that Irayan course have words not included on the whiteboards? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we can break this here down to you, me, gift, because gift is a verb that wouldn't necessarily that wouldn't be that would be a loan word. Yeah. Ildhu. Oh, my house. House. Oris? This could very easily be down towards south. Um, Nerdal Uderail. Nerdal Uderail. If we take or as also being a variation on of, which is an assumption we've made that I'm not 100% on. Yeah, okay, I do have all those. That is just the vocab I already have. So if we run with the presumption that of toward can also be or, which is for sure a presumption, but I think in the context of Oris at least makes sense. If we make that presumption, this becomes towards you, me, gift. In which case, this becomes like I give to you. And you can probably just cut towards and say to. And that makes this to my. And yeah, it occurs to me that this is a sort of huge jump we're taking on. Oh, it's the same ones I already had. It's the same ones I already had. It is the same ones I already had. Uh, this it's an identifier on who this person is. Um, um, you are my day. You are my night. You are my blank. Um, Nair. Continuing with the transliterating R V's as R's. This can be this can be New Day. Like some of a good chunk of this transliteration of this translation is relying on this language being fluid in a way that is true to real language, but I don't know if it's true to this constructed language. So we are making some leaps in logic here that are just gonna have to be leaps in logic. I don't have a way to confirm them one way or the other. Um, Nerdaw. That would be New Day again. That would be you. This is Uld Arele. Your future without me? New Day, your future without me. And this is the inverse, my future without you. And we can insert an of here. I almost want to say Nev. That like you can almost it's probably best translated as the start of another. Um, and good odds that this is wrong, just for the record. Like, every chance that this is wrong, this is just me taking my best crack at it, because this is quite fun. Okay, this is first my or me bid. First me Ulheed What is... So, also, I'm going to go ahead and quit. We're not going to get another run in tonight. That's just not happening. With the way time is running. Sorry. Okay, Ulheed. No, because it wouldn't. I would almost say this is like house again, but that doesn't make sense. You wouldn't do that way when you've already done. We've already seen her do Hugh elsewhere, so this has to be a different word. Um, your you Eldlore is my name, or my word. Sorry, lore and your are different. You... Do you have a thing for odd? Are we gonna translate of a third way here? Oh no. Oh no. So, okay. Jeez. So I can see a world where Dearest here and Yearest here are the same. Dearest here are the same. Um, but again, that starts leaning real heavily on the words change when they're next. Because we also have Eldiris here. Because this is last word. Mind. Dearest. Oh. This is so close to being really translatable. And we're just missing just enough words that it's real rough. Okay, I don't think I have enough to solve what's going on here. I have an instinct that it's two Dearest, but and I'll mark that way here. But I'm very well could be wrong on this. House Sinclair. That seems obvious. I don't know how. Lou could be we? This could be we are not, because it is as a suffix. Theoretically, it could be I am not, but that doesn't. Like, you could try and say this is I am not House Sinclair. I am not House Epson. Forget. Uldane. Uldane. Why would you end it with an N, though, if it's day, especially when you did it daw earlier? Oh. Dane isn't a direction. You're north. Your name Jerry? You. Your future is to the south, away from Finn. Apologies if this is boring anybody, by the way. You. I don't intend to bore anybody. Name. Yororo. away. Towards Araya. To the south. And a new future. Your last name? Hmm. Appreciated for managing those, by the way. So, okay. The reason I'm considering this for as possibly your last name is this breaks down to your name. Now it's possible. So I see two ways to translate this. Either your name or just as Uld Yora. We don't see what happens when you have an R at well, we do have an R at the end of a sentence of a sentence elsewhere. Okay, that's a good note. So we don't see two R's together though. So I'm thinking the R's might have combined, and in that case, Uld Yora would be Uld Yor Ya. So Uld Yor Ya or Ul Yor sorry, Ul Yorya turns into Uldyora, your last name. But despite the fact that we physically just don't have the ability to translate this all the way through, I think we have come up with something interesting here. Um, Translating even just this part tells us a very interesting portion of this story. Um, Whoever wrote this letter, presumably Lady Epson, um, despite I am not House Epson. Uh, is Dane life? Whoever wrote this was trying to convince their family member as like their last wish to go away, to desert them in Fen and go south. It could be a character I haven't met, that's true. But if I'm right and Dane is life, then this suddenly becomes forget your life north. And this is um you will say must, it's more urgent, and this is clearly fairly urgent, so should, must, whichever. You must live away from our name, which is a dire thing to tell somebody. You must live away from our name? Or perhaps more direly, your name. This could be the last of your name. Um, is there any other things that are solved if that is? No, I think that's it. We don't have enough information to take a crack at Dearest. If this was solvable, that would be so much more interesting than some of the puzzles than like some of the puzzles involved with that test. That test was purely just like, did you memorize all the little things you saw along the way? And I hate memorization. Give me something like this where it's like, oh, here's a bunch of pieces. See if you can figure out what order to put them together in. Love this. This is great. In the context of we could sit here, I could sit here and keep going with this. I probably shouldn't. Um uh this could be like moon or sun or stars or any number of things. Um the start and this can probably be that probably is more succinct and gets the same meaning across without the implication of new that of another that we have been using that we started trying to use. Because another, it does have additional meaning that is not necessarily implied in what we have written. But I'm sitting here and getting distracted on this. I will uh post my current progress on this translation to the Discord if anybody wanted to take a crack at these last couple of words themselves. Um, if not, we are going to be doing a game called uh, Cant of Sennar. We're going to be having a guest on to spectate and guide me as we start this language-based puzzle game. Who would have guessed that that would be something that I would like to try? Um, I do enjoy a good language game, a good like conlang, and I do enjoy a good puzzle. Uh, so a friend has recommended this game. They wanted to spectate and guide me through at least the first portions of it. So they will be joining us for Sunday, and then Monday, of course, we'll be back on Alien Isolation. And then Wednesday we'll be back on this nonsense. As ever, thank you so much to everybody who joined us this evening. I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. If you're not already following this channel, we would greatly appreciate your support. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a good night. Bye bye.